Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
Brad, you're walking on water. You are Beer Jesus.
I'm the Beer Jesus. I just want to say, this is probably one of the best experiences of my life.
For the last 7 years, Brad and I have been travelling the world hunting down the best breweries and beers, as well as searching out the most amazing places to enjoy them.
Drink it in!
We've met homebrewers in the Arctic to help judge at their beer competitions. We've witnessed the pure insanity of China's own Oktoberfest. We've got lost deep inside the mazes that make up Czechia's lager cellars. We've travelled halfway around the globe just to taste the best IPAs fresh at source, and lots more besides. These adventures have taught us amazing things about beer, brewing, people and the environment, and how they all come together to create a culture we've fallen in love with. So join us as we explore the world through the medium of beer. Meeting master brewers, digging into beer history, brewing collaborations, and trying to act sober against all the odds. Through our travel documentaries, beer school episodes and sofa sessions, we'll teach you everything you need to know to enjoy beer at its best and to appreciate the wonder that is the world's favourite alcoholic drink. We're here to show you that at the end of a long day, all you need is love and beer. Welcome to the Craft Beer Channel. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Whoa, I like that. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas.
It's not doing it, Bradley. Oh, there it is.
The power in my fingertips, Johnny, is unreal. I'll unleash some more of that later on.
I also saw the panic in your eyes. You're like, wait, it's not.
Yeah,
like literally when you light a firework and then you run away and you're like, we're going to have to go back to it. We're going to have to break the rules. We're going to have to go back to this firework. And then...
Johnny, you're not in the Brudio. It's already been spotted.
Oh, my God. Okay, yeah, people are hot on this. So, yeah, I've had to briefly change location just for this evening, just because my wife can't be home, so I need to be in the building where my daughter is. Well, I was going to say, like, the house catch fire. More likely she just gets up.
Okay.
So that's why I'm here, but doesn't mean I'm going to keep my voice down because I'm not sure I know how. And it shouldn't affect proceedings, although I do have a baby monitor just this way. Merry Christmas.
Apparently I'm missing the top of my head. Am I missing the top of my head, guys?
What do you mean you're missing the top of...
Alder Slayer says Bradley missing the top of his head. What? Was that a joke?
It's a camouflage joke.
Oh, I see what you did there. Okay.
We're going to need to be quicker than this. We're going to need to be quicker than this evening.
I've been trying to figure out cameras for 3 hours unsuccessfully, Johnny. Not feeling very quick.
You found your insecurity and just went straight for it.
Yeah.
Right, folks, welcome to the annual Christmas live show. It's already off the rails, you'll be glad to know. And I haven't been drinking. I can't speak for Bradley. If you've never done one of these live shows before, a huge welcome to you. Please do get involved in the comments. It's a friendly, lovely space, and we aim to keep it that way, but it's never gone wrong in the past. Please do let us know what you're drinking, where you're from. We'd also love throughout this evening to hear about all your weird and wonderful Christmas traditions. And Brad and I will be digging into ours as well as the evening goes on. We do, of course, have our drink along box. We sold lots and lots of them. So we should have lots of people drinking with us tonight. We're not going to be drinking all of the beers tonight, although if you have questions about any of the beers we don't drink, please do let us know. But this is the drinking order for this evening. So we're starting with, with a crispy export pills from Germany, and trying to create that kind of wintry German pub, wood panelled pork knuckle kind of feel. And
got
then,
the wood paneling, Johnny.
Sorry,
I've got the wood paneling.
You got the wood paneling. There you go. Exactly. I don't. In the Brudio, I have sort of fake chipboard paneling.
It's kind of wood. It was wood at one point in its existence.
It was. I guess it was wood at some point.
And it turned into wood dust, and then gluey wood powder,
and then a slowly sinking Brudio in somebody's garden. We will be opening the first beer now, and we will, of course, be using something which many of you should have received by now, which is our brand new bottle opener.
Look at that. That's all right, isn't it?
It was a gift to all of our £10 and up Patreons, and I hope you loved it. I saw somebody had hung it on their tree, Bradley, which I think is rather lovely.
I very much enjoyed that. I thought that was a great idea. I'm drinking out of I bought this from a boot sale the other week, John. Look at this. Barbie pink cooler.
Whoa, beautiful. How many coolers do you have at this point, Bradley?
Loads. Absolutely loads, Johnny. Almost as many as my friend Rupert, who's got about 100.
Look at that. Hard pour your lagers, folks. That needs to be on a t-shirt. Bradley, that's the wrong beer.
It's the wrong beer. Shit. Hang on. What are we drinking? What's the beer list, Johnny? This is already going chaotically bad. Yeah. Well, that was a close one. I was having too much fun looking at myself with my pink cool box.
Right, okay, yeah. You were very prepped with the cool box, but not with the beer.
There we go.
Well, that smells absolutely delicious. I've already got on my nose. Jesus. Oh, you're going for the Willy Becker, I believe is how we should be pronouncing it.
I'm having a pint. Almost.
Having a pint of it. Well, you go ahead, son. Somebody's got to keep this train on the rails. So, please do let us know where you are, what you're drinking. We'd love to hear from you. We'll dig into those comments in a bit. Well, Brad will once he's finished hard pouring. That's some good hard pouring. Love that. And I'll let you know how some other bits of today are going to go. We're going to be taking questions throughout this evening. It's going to be very much a tasting, although we do, as the ticker at the bottom says, have a quiz coming at you and a drink Jonny Dry at 9:15. So if you have a burning question you want to ask, you can use a super chat to get that. It's at the top of the comments box on YouTube, and that means you just give us a little tip and we will answer your question at the absolute next opportunity. Or if you want to support the channel, you can join our Patreon, where I'm sure there'll be a little after party after this in the Discord. You can buy my book, but you guys probably know that by now. I would imagine you're sick of it. And of course, go to our merchandise to get things like this wonderful hat, which is actually up for grabs in our quiz, should you fancy it. Bradley, hit me with some comments.
Well, this one's blown me away a little bit. Joining from Lausanne, Switzerland, we went straight for Pliny the Elder. Christmas Eve is a gift to ourselves.
Where'd you get that from?
That's what my question was. Where the hell did you get that?
I'm speaking at a conference in May in Cape Town, and the other guest speaker is Vinny Salerzo. So I'll be hanging out with Vinny in a couple of months, which I'm excited about.
Nice. I quite like this comment, Johnny. The Spencer Arms. I'm in my pub shed in Leicester. That's pretty good. I like that. Is that in your garden, presumably?
Tell us more. Tell us more, Spencer Arms.
Yeah. This one I'm not so keen on. Mulled wine.
There's no judgment here.
What do you think it is? Christmas or something? Jeez. Mulled wine. I mean, that's a great shout, to be honest.
Oh, we've got Paul from Planet Beer TV in.
Oh, yeah.
Flexing his hype muscles as well.
Yeah, there you go. Show off.
I don't think it gets any more hype than a fairly macro-produced export Pilsner, don't you?
Yeah.
Should we dig into this beer? Let's see what we get. Honey and, bear with me, Radicchio. Radicchio. Endive.
I'm not sure I'm familiar with radicchio. What's a radicchio?
Peppery leaves. Jamie Oliver used to love them in the office. He was always slapping them into salads.
Did he call it radicchio?
I think the house style was endive.
Okay.
Or endives.
Okay.
Endives.
I might just start using it instead of ridiculous. Like, that's radicchio, mate.
That is radicchio. And people will
absolutely radicchio.
Will love you for it. Look, Mr. Rougelots is with you. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're all onto it.
Great minds. Great minds.
Great minds. But that's what I'm getting. Smells great. Peppery honey. Hot honey.
Peppery honey. So what you're saying is we should have had a hot honey pizza with this. That would be the perfect match, potentially.
That would be, yeah. Absolutely. Cut right through the meaty bit, because I presume there's pepperoni as well, and then there's hot honey on it, because that's what you do.
I went in Waitrose the other day, Johnny, because it's Christmas time. It's not somewhere I shop all the time. But I noticed their own brand pizza, they do a hot honey pepperoni pizza now. That's very bougie.
That's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
And you are paying for it.
Yeah.
There we go. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Maybe you get radicchio or other niche leaves. Could just be rocket. That probably would have been a less wanky way to put it.
Chicory.
I think that is that a third name for endive and radicchio?
I didn't know what either of those words were until we just started this. So probably.
It's not the direction I thought that this would go. Spencer Arms has replied badly.
Has he? What has he said? Oh, he has, hasn't he? Nice. Shout out to Ale and Radio and Ale and Audio podcast. We spoke about interviewing you on the podcast. Cool.
I believe you did, and I apologize. I think I've let that email chain slip. So I will get back to you in the new year, I promise. We'll try and make it happen. Yeah, here we go. Lucy Verbalist is going to keep us in check here.
Yeah, chicory.
Yeah, chicory, endive, and radicchio are all the same thing, I believe. Ridiculous. Right. How are we going to start this? Oh, we need to introduce our snacks, don't we?
We do.
Because we need to know when we're going to crack them out. Should we start? Did everybody at home, and did you, Bradley, get hold of?
Oh, you went for a tub. See, I went for the economy option, Johnny, because I was in a petrol station.
Oh, right.
I got these small.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I got bought this tub by my book publisher because they wanted me to do the beer and celebration matching that will be landing in people's inboxes. What do you call it on social? Feeds, landing in their feeds next week. So I apologize for that because I think the first one or two are quite good, and then I lose all will to live.
Oh,
and they get a bit silly. But yeah, so they bought me a tub. So it just turned up one day. And you know me, Brad, I don't really eat chocolate, so I haven't touched them.
I'd say that was generous, but I know those tubs are like £4 in the supermarket. So
£6 unless you got a club card, mate.
I ain't got a book publisher, so no one's sending me any tubs of celebrations. So
what you do? We did 2 books together.
Well, yeah, but you know,
one of them still speaks to us
anymore. So the only celebrations I've got are in these puppies right here.
Look
at that. Hey, come
on. I should say, so our original publisher, the people that publish Beer School, do want us to do a Beer School 2.
Yeah.
So if you have any thoughts on what a Beer School 2 could look like, do let us know because we have no clue.
Can we make it like the script of Die Hard 2, please? So we could set it in an airport in the and then we could have a bit on the Annex Skywalk, and then one of us could be like a really muscly naked man that's doing like weird sort of mock fighting in his dark bedroom at the beginning. What do you reckon? We could be on what are those things called that are like snowplow, not a snowplow, like a jet ski. Skidoos. I've been on a skidoo actually. Pretty good.
It's a terrifying prospect.
Yeah, they go really fast. And I went in Bulgaria on a skidoo, and there wasn't a lot of snow where we went skidooing. So we were just skidooing on tarmac, skidooing on gravel. Those things can go anywhere, seemingly. Maybe not across water, but...
Skidonting.
Yeah, I think maybe water's the only Skidonut.
Okay. Okay. Back to the snacks. My mince pie, which I saved for this evening, one mince pie has clearly been nibbled by either my daughter or my wife, so that's great. And then we have our special snacks, don't we, Bradley?
We sure do.
Which were kindly donated to the cause by the good people at Curry Smugglers.
Yeah. Shout out.
So we have just about the coolest looking beer snacks in the world.
They're pretty cool. They're in a beer can. Surprisingly, a very rattly beer can.
Yeah, sounds like Santa's coming.
Does a little bit. Like the branding. It's pretty good. I haven't had any yet, Johnny, but you had them at your award ceremony, didn't you? And then
the British Guild of Beer Writers had them, and it was hilarious because they're in cans. Most people thought, because the beer was free at the event, most people thought it was more free beer. So nobody really touched it. They're like, I don't know the brewery. I'm not going to drink that. And then once word got round that it was snacks, oh boy, did they start moving.
Johnny, I'll stop you everything you're saying because Mr. Rougelot has just come out with the book title.
Could be Beer University. Is it? I mean, yeah, we could just go into more detail, I guess.
So it's like 21 Jump Street when they're in high school, and then the follow-up movie with Channing Tatum and whatever his name is, Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill? Yeah, Jonah Hill. They go to university, don't they? So it gets a whole lot more raucous and adult.
See, now your reference is significantly more adult than mine because I was thinking of Monsters, Inc. and then Monsters University.
There you go. I haven't watched those. I'm sorry to say I've watched 22 Jump Street, not a patch on 21 Jump Street, which isn't that great to start with, but there you go.
A ringing endorsement. We've had another super chat, Bradley, already.
Ah, I like it. Do you want me to hit it up? I'll hit it up.
Hit it up, and then we'll dig into the other ideas around beer school too.
Thank you.
Bradley, I mean, it's got your name on it. You're organising it.
I mean, it's.
Wait, what? I can only presume that Brad has tripped over a wire there or something. I also wasn't intending to show any more of this. Well, it's relatively tidy. Oh, Brad's back. Brad's back.
It just kicked me. I think what it was all the chat of me organising a bus trip made me freak out and it killed the internet. I must be electro sensitive. I must have just sent out some waves because I don't know what happened there. I didn't touch anything. But
I didn't beat you out either. Just to be.
Oh, you didn't beat me out. Okay, I thought it was maybe a hard cut. It's like we're not doing the Brad bus. Get rid of him.
We're doing the Brad bus the day you organise it, Bradley. That's me washing my hands of the Brad bus.
It's the public liability thing. We're sort of thinking along these lines somewhat, aren't we, Johnny? Potentially.
Oh yes, I guess we are. We do. We maybe have some plans. There's no bus involved. Well, unless we maybe a public bus.
Maybe a public bus, yeah. But I think the Brad bus. I tell you what, when we get to 200,000 subscribers, we might do a Brad bus somewhere.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
Even if it's just to Brighton or Margate or something for the day.
Sure. I mean, I don't know what... Because where's the bus going from?
I would guess it would have to be London, wouldn't it?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, London. The bachelor's degree. It's not bad work.
Hang on, what's this, Ben? The Shirkers Rest in New Cross may have stolen the beer bus thunder, by the way. I go to that place. I don't know what that's about. Ben, please elaborate. Because I think
they're doing beer tours by buses.
I think they might watch us or listen to us even. So maybe they've nicked our idea. But I do like that place. It's very good. They are podcasters as well, the guys that own that.
I'm cracking open the Pacoras in case you want to try it with the lager.
Yeah, okay.
Here we go. In case you're wondering what this looks like. Or is it going to focus? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't realise I just thought we were going for Bombay mix. I'm going to have to go and grab.
Crunchy, aniseedy. It's going to be good with lager. Oh, no, it's too big. It's too big for the lager, Bradley. He's gone. He's out of here. I should say at this point, if you like the look of what we're drinking, and honestly, we are not being paid for this. I just think the snacks are absolutely delicious. If you want some Desi snacks, Desi being sort of the word for expat Indians, particularly in the UK. Desi is the word they use, like Desi pubs in the great book by David Jessedussin. You can use Desi vibes and get 10% off at Curry Smugglers. So please use that. Oh, it's got a kick. Woo. We've got some great food matching happening right here. Pigs and blankets going on.
That is lovely.
Oh, here we go. Shirker's Rest hired a double-decker bus at the end of summer, sold tickets and toured around 4 different beery locations in South London. People could hop on and off at different stops and pubs. It's a strong idea. It's a really strong idea. Cultivate Brudio yeast. We don't want to use that yeast. We do not want to use that yeast, but we do want to know the story behind this.
Oh, hello.
Out and about or just in a hotel room?
I mean, there's all sorts of places you could lose a pair of pants in Margate.
Do you know what? Weirdly, I've got not a pants, a shorts related story to Margate. When I was doing the photo shoot for A Year in Beer and I went down to Margate, I wore a new pair of shorts. Okay, a bit spicy. I wore a new pair of shorts. First time I'd ever worn them out. And I couldn't find my belt that morning. I was like, it's fine. They're new shorts. They're the right fit. And like within, I don't know, half an hour of arriving at Margate, like they'd relaxed enough to the point where they just did not stay up. So I spent the entire time, unless taking a photo, holding up my shorts while walking around Margate.
Do you think, was it possible you lost weight on the train as you were
It was a hot day. Could have sweated a couple of pounds off, yeah.
Yeah. They call you Snake Hips Garrett, don't they? So, you know, it's hard for you to buy a pair of trousers that fit your...
How do you know about Snake Hips? Snake Hips Johnny.
That's what they called you at uni, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. Never mind. Let's not dig into... I'm much cooler now. Oh, crikey, another super chat. Will you be coming to Leicester? And if you do, would you like a beer at the Spencer Arms? I was in Leicester over the summer.
I would love a beer. If we ever come to Leicester, I will come for a beer in the Spencer Arms. Yes, please. That's very generous. Thank you, Spencer Arms.
There you go. There you have it.
You've got the Spencer Arms, obviously a pub, and also a shed pub in your garden. I love it. Or is that the same pub?
People are really buying into this.
Spencer Arms the pub in the garden, Johnny, or is that a pub?
No, I think it's the pub in the garden.
Oh wow, cool.
So you're going to a man's house.
Okay, won't be the first time, but yeah.
Well, no, I presume you've been in people's houses before, yeah.
Yeah. Mum doesn't really let me, but you know.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, Bradley, we should keep this thing rolling a little bit because we've technically got to do a quiz.
Oh yeah,
in 20 minutes if we're sticking to the profile. This is the most organized we've ever been for a live show. I know it might not look like it, but we have a Google document called Live Show that has timings on it and information and ideas. It's very organized, if I say so myself. And yes, Danielle, you are exactly right. It's time to have another beer.
Johnny, you just totally glossed over that comment.
No, I put it up.
I put that one up. Callum.
Yeah, no, I put it up already. This is what I was saying. I keep stealing your thunder. Oh God, now I'm putting them up by accident. I'm going to step away from the comments, Bradley. They're your domain, and I'm going to talk about the next beer. So this might surprise a lot of people. I have never had this next beer.
No way.
And I'm very excited to drink it for the first time.
Can we get the list up again for everyone?
Just before we drink the next beer, I forgot to do my emoji thing. So yeah, we're going to be drinking Sierra Nevada Celebration, which is their fresh or wet hop IPA, which they release, a red IPA that they release every year. I put croissants, honey, and that was the closest I could get to grass. So like camping.
Camping.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I mean, now I know I should have put salad on there, but I haven't had the Teggers in a little while. Didn't know there'd be so much Radicchio. But yeah, so now we're going to be moving on to Sierra Nevada Celebration, a beer I've wanted to try for years and have never managed to. So Sierra Nevada, the brewery with the absolute best tagline in the world, which is, oh, too close to the focus, family owned, operated, and argued over. Which is just perfect. So yeah, this is a fresh hop, sort of reddish IPA. I realize as I crack this and talk about it that I really should have remembered which hops are in it. I would imagine Cascade. Somebody in the comments could Google it, or I shall. But first, I'm going to show this pour in all its glory. So what have we got? We've got a nice rich gold red color in the glass, a nice slightly off-white head, which I've poured hard to give us plenty of that and get plenty of aroma in the glass. It's got a fairly strong haze to it, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'd accept it as a West Coasty, but I'd have my eyebrows raised. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Here we go. Somebody's come in with the hops that are in there. We've got Cascade, Centennial, and Chinook. So 3 big old school ones. Cascade, crossbred in the 50s, would you believe it? And once used by Molson Coors, I believe. Then Centennial, a little bit younger. So I think there's loads of Centennial on that. Because I'm getting that kind of perfumed candied lemon thing. I'm getting kind of rose water almost. Turkish delight vibes.
Sticky icky, mate. That is.
It's resiny on the palate, is it?
Yeah. Caramelly, beautiful. Marmalade. It is marmalade-y.
It is wow, it is fucking good, but it is lighter than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, lighter in body. Yes.
Yeah, like
yeah.
And really fresh and light, and it's got a little kind of actually maybe that's the Desi snacks, but it's got a warmth to it. But I think it's Centennial playing around with the sticky malts gives us a kind of Turkish delight vibe. It's piney as well. Oh, Brad's thinking, I'm going to let you try it first, Bradley, because I'm saving that for the Urbach, if I'm honest.
Okay. Well, this is Tesco Finest, rich and decadent, all butter pastry mince pie with brandy and port. If I can get into it. Bit squiffy placement on the top of the pie there, but it's bringing out well, the sweetness is coming from this, but it's making it sing, man. You should get involved.
Okay, maybe I will.
Oh, that was too close. I'm sorry. That's pretty good. I like that little bit of added sweetness with the caramelness, the sticky sort of resiny stuff going on. The sweetness is amping it up for me. I've got a massively sweet tooth, though, Johnny, as we know.
Your food matches are add sweetness to this.
Yeah. Oh, that is good, though.
It's a pretty good match. I think I'd want something less sweet than a mince pie with it. Rob from Hopzine's questioning red IPA. That is how it's been described to me, not how I'm describing it. Is Torpedo a similar colour? I don't remember it being that dark, but maybe it is. I haven't had Torpedo in 5, 6, 7 years probably, so I can't quite remember. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't describe that as a red IPA. Absolutely not. So that's been misdescribed to me. But it's definitely, you know, if you'd come to craft beer in the last 5 years and you were served that, you'd be like, that's more of a red IPA than it is the IPAs that I've been drinking. So I understand why somebody might say that. But they've obviously never had like Racer 5.
I'm pretty jealous of that.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I guess it's on draft around the country now, I think.
Is it?
It's brilliant. Yeah, what did I put there? I put trees, honey, and why did I put? Is that maybe caramel?
There's defo loads of caramel. Oh, you put honey as an emoji. Yeah.
Yeah, I did put that. No, that was supposed to be resin. That's what it was. So it's supposed to be pine, resin, and caramel. That's what I was going for there. But actually, that last one should probably be Turkish Delight.
Turkish Delight hint.
People are getting the same thing.
From Camo Hat.
Yeah, I think that's Centennial backed by a load of caramel. Smells great. Really, really good.
Mary Chrysler from Florida, Johnny. That might be a Chrysler in the photo. I'm not even sure.
I think that's the joke. I'd love it if it was.
I hope you're a Chrysler driver there.
Oh no, Ben from Filmbusters getting himself in trouble in the comments by slagging off not just Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, but then Shawshank Redemption. Oof. IMDb does not lie.
I only saw Shawshank fully this year, or maybe last year. I think I might have talked about this before. It was one of them ones where I was just like, I can't be bothered to watch it. I know it's supposed to be good, but it is good, Johnny. I can confirm it is
okay.
Good. I don't know what Ben said about it, but it is quite good.
I'm sure Ben will tell us, but no, Shawshank's incredible.
Is it a Christmas movie though, Johnny? That's the real question. Seems we're in a Christmas show.
Okay, right, yeah. So this is a link rather than a declaration.
Where's the Christmas music, Johnny? That was what I want to know. You know, we had Christmas music planned, didn't we? Background.
Oh, yeah, we did, and we completely forgot.
We totally forgot.
This is the reason we were minutes late, because we had a sudden last-minute brainwave. Let me get the Christmas music playing. Let's get those vibes.
So, jazzy vibes. Sophisticated, Johnny. I like it.
Got a little keyboard here.
Yeah, very good. Is it a Die Hard? No, it's not. I'll tell you what, Johnny. I watched a film on Netflix earlier today called Carry On, which I heard was a bit like Die Hard, with Taron Egerton, whatever that guy's name is. He's in everything. He played Elton John. He's played Eddie the Eagle Edwards and all sorts of stuff. It's crap. It's not a good film. It's crap. It's a Netflix movie. Don't bother. Just watch Die Hard and Die Hard 2 and Die Hard with a Vengeance.
You know, there's levels in Die Hard. You can rewatch it multiple times.
Yeah, this I'm not even sure had a level. It was just sub level. Basement.
This is the crunchiest thing.
Are you still on those? You like it?
No, I've moved on to the chocolate.
Are you opening all of them? Jeez.
Oh yeah. These will not survive the night unless people are driven mad by how crunchy these things are on our microphones.
Well, they won't hear it over the sweet jazz now.
That's true. Wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. We're not gonna. Maybe we are. We're not going to dig into the Die Hard debate, but I'd love to know your favorite Christmas movie, because I have become a recent convert of Arthur Christmas.
What?
Which is like a film I was immediately skeptical of because of the concept. But damn, there's some incredibly funny lines. It's got Bill Nighy, Hugh Laurie, Jim Broadbent, James McAvoy, Michael Palin. It is an insane cast. And my wife turned to me yesterday and said that she thinks it's Bill Nighy's greatest role. And I found it a little bit hard to disagree.
I'm flabbergasted, Johnny. I can't believe what you just said.
What's Bill Nighy's best role?
Good film. After Christmas.
Genuinely brilliant film.
It can't be. There's no way.
What do you mean it can't be?
It's just got to be shit. Isn't that got Russell Brand in it?
What? No.
What's After Christmas?
After Christmas is.
Oh. Okay, tell me what it is, because I'm getting confused. I'm thinking you're talking about the remake of the Dudley Moore film.
No. Very much not.
Called Arthur, wasn't it? From the 70s. Wasn't that called Arthur?
After Christmas is an animated movie in which the son of Santa Claus discovers that a child has been missed on Christmas night. So him and his grandfather, the old Santa, go out to try and deliver the present on an old sleigh.
Right. Okay.
And it is just hysterically funny. Bill Nighy in particular is just amazing. But Brad, despite being a graphic animator, is not a fan of animated movies. No. So I don't think you'll ever like it.
Yes. I don't think it's going to be good, though, from what you told me. I think it's understandable that I thought you were talking about the Dudley Moore remake, which had Russell Brand as Arthur in it, which was...
you met me. I'm not going to be recommending a Russell Brand film.
Yeah, I was like, this is pretty weird. So we've had Elf has come out. Elf's pretty good. It is pretty good.
Do you know, it's got the same problem as Big for me, though. The fact that she falls in love with a man-child.
Yeah.
Just feels a bit weird at the end, you know?
It is a little bit weird. Planes, Trains and Automobiles, that's a good one. Trading Places is my favourite Christmas movie. Chris Wooloff. Chris, I think it's a pretty good movie, man. I do like that film. I must say, when I was an impressionable, I don't know, probably 12-year-old or something, I saw that film, and Jamie Lee Curtis gets her boobs out for a split moment, and that was like an absolute eye-opener. Sorry to lower the bar there, but yeah, I looked at her in a whole different light. I know that's not very appropriate to say, but it was a memorable moment as a 12-year-old. I was like, whoa. But that's a good movie. Very good. I like the idea of these horrible stockbrokers trying to take anyone off the street and make them into a success, which is the premise of the movie, and then switch the guy that was, had the silver spoon to like kick him out on the street. It's excellent. Anyway, Johnny, go on. You go for that super chat.
We've got a super chat here from Ian. Thank you very much indeed for all your support over many years. So you said, Johnny, I think I remember you claiming Arabier as your favourite beer. I found a bottle here in California. I'm about to open it. Can you tell me what you love about this beer? Do you think I should do that after you've had some? Or I don't want to like put flavours in your mouth.
Ian wants your beer brain to inform him. Like a tasting, Johnny.
Okay, so Arabier is probably it's probably my favourite beer in the world. So think of it like Duvel, but with a yeast strain that even the brewer doesn't truly understand. So when you crack it open, Ian, it's probably going to overflow. Be aware of that. It's going to smell of banana and dulce de leche and like really, really resiny as well, like American resin. It's going to pour like an absolute bastard. Pour it very, very gently. Maybe even do like the champagne thing, like pour some in pretty fast and then trickle it in once that head settles. The head won't die, by the way. It'll stay around forever. And the first sip is going to be too bitter. Although, actually, you're on the West Coast now, Ian, so maybe it won't be. Maybe your palate will be attuned to it. But it's a very, very bitter beer. It's a very, very dry beer. But it tastes very sweet to start with, full of banana and caramel and sort of sweet meadow flowers. and then it's going to die away and punch you in the chops with bitterness, and you'll be like, this is too much, it's too strong, and then you'll have a second and a third and the fourth sip, and then it will be the best beer you've ever had and the best Belgian blonde ale you've ever tasted once your palate's adjusted and gone, no, I'm into this. That's what's about to happen, or has just happened in the little delay between you writing that and us getting to it. I hope you fucking love it, because it's tricky. The reason I hesitated is because it's not a beer that I'd take. It's not my desert island beer, because you'd be drunk the whole time. It would taste terrible warm, and your palate probably would get tired of it. But if I had one more beer, if I was going to die in 5 minutes' time, I'd probably choose an Arrow beer to have.
Wowza. There's a review for you. That's great. Uncle Buck, that's a classic. That's an absolute classic. That's a brilliant film. I love it. Was that even before Home Alone? It was, wasn't it?
Was it?
Well, Macaulay, he's even smaller, right, in Uncle Buck. He's Ickle. I'm sure it's before Home Alone. I don't know. He's well sassy in it. He's brilliant. Gremlins, I saw that this week. It's the 40th anniversary of Gremlins, guys. And I saw it in the cinema. I talked about it on the pod. I won't bore your ear off now, but it's a great movie. It's aged slightly badly, I think, but it is a lot of fun. This is your favourite, isn't it, Johnny?
Well, I mean, Arthur Christmas is
oh, yeah, sorry.
But yeah. I mean, Muppets Christmas Carol. I watched it today. I think it's brilliant. Do you know? I will say about Muppets Christmas Carol. I will say I do have some notes, Andy. I do have some notes for Christmas Carol. The first thing is, why is the first ghost not a Muppet?
Oh, that's a good
point. The
rule
is you're Muppet or you're human. What is this weird? Like the Ghost of Christmas Past looks like a poached egg in the water for no apparent reason. They just we'll animate that one, but everything else will be Muppets or humans. Don't get that. Secondly, there is a slight dip in the humour about 2/3 of the way through. Basically, again, around the poached egg, doing moral lessons, things get a bit less funny, and then it kicks off again when you get know me better, man. So some notes. Otherwise, a perfect movie except for 7 or 8 minutes.
Eyes wide shut, Johnny. Not a Christmas movie.
When I ask for Christmas traditions, I don't want that one.
Stanley Kubrick's film where he supposedly exposes Freemasonry and secret societies and like Illuminati and all kinds of shit in it. I mean, for me, it's not The Shining. The Shining is one of the best films ever made. So many levels to it. It's not really a horror.
Is it a Christmas film? It's winter.
Well, is The Shining a Christmas film? That's the new question. When we were in New England, we thought we were visiting the Overlook, didn't we? We went somewhere that looked like the Overlook Hotel.
Yeah, we went past something that looked a lot like it, but we Googled it and it wasn't. But you could see it was like these kinds of hotels did definitely exist, like these vast, terrifying things halfway up mountains. Yeah.
Home Alone is about my limit. But I mean, I love Home Alone. It was in the cinema. I've got a cinema card, Johnny. I nearly went to see it at 10 o'clock this morning, but I was actually asleep at 10 o'clock this morning, so I missed it. Why is it doing that now?
It's become sentient. You don't even have to put your thumbs up and it'll be like, cool story, bro.
Yeah, cool story.
Can I just point out, we have no idea what's happening on Brad's computer. We don't know why it's doing this. If anybody works in like the Genius Bar or something in Apple, please tell us, I guess, how to turn it off, because it's making some of our meetings inappropriate. Not going to lie.
Yeah. I always do that when there's really bad budget news. I'm just like, thumbs up. What was I going to say? Oh, this one's my favourite.
There you go. Right. We will come back to the Christmas movies. Nobody's really told us our Christmas traditions yet. Maybe people don't have them.
Yeah, we're on the movies, though, no? We're still on the movies. But we
need to get the quiz going, Bradley.
We do. We're talking about Brad's sexual awakening here.
No, we're not. No, we've addressed that in enough detail. Thank you.
If ever we can cut a little bit loose, Johnny, it's now. I was 12. I'm 42 now. That was 30 years ago. That's wild.
It's the 30th anniversary of Brad's sexual awakening.
Yeah, it is, probably. But it probably was on at Christmas time as well. That's worrying, isn't it?
I was about to say, I want to hear in your comments, tell us about your set note. But I realised that was a terrible fucking idea. As if we haven't already been demonetized for using music, we probably shouldn't. Right, we're going to do a quiz. Okay, we've got a Christmas quiz, which I have lovingly written. Brad wrote the first half with me, and then we finished packing the Patreon, so he went home. So if the second half is worse, I apologise. But we do have the Christmas quiz coming up. So I'm going to share into the chat. I'm going to share the link to enter the Christmas quiz. I realise some of you might be watching this on your television, so please do just jump on your mobile or something. It's a Google form, so you should just be able to do it on your phone.
We got another super chat, Johnny.
Okay, hit me. I've put that in the chat.
Spencer, you're very generous. This is too kind.
Thank
Guys,
you
if you can only drink one beer for the rest of your life, what would it be? That's a very good question. I'd probably be in a cave in Czechia somewhere drinking perfect pilsners.
Yep.
Any of them, most of them, would probably suffice.
If World War III started or a zombie apocalypse happened,
head into the caves.
Yeah, straight to Budvar or Pilsner Urquell.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Unytitsia, because they've got like caves set in a mountain.
That's a good shout. I reckon that's a little bit more remote. You might have a bit more of a chance as well.
Yeah, maybe. The issue with the Budvar is I think there's multiple entrances. Pilsner Urquell and Unytitsia, I think there's one. You've only got to defend one entrance of the zombie.
That also means there's only one exit, Johnny.
So once they're in, you're done. Yeah,
that's true. Brown bread. I do remember that place looking a little bit like a sort of B-movie film set, and it was like wooden and looks like it could have been prop walls that you could have smashed in a little bit. Built into like a hillside, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a strange building, and the tap room's very strange. So if you go down a couple of steps into like...
Yeah.
I don't know how you
describe it. Very disabled friendly, and
I mean, none of the
if you're pissed, like
none
trying
of
to
the
get
old
out.
places are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That, Johnny. Before we move on, sorry.
Yes.
Oh, that's an interesting name.
Stylacoom.
Wow. Justin, thank you so much. That is incredibly generous. Merry Christmas to you, Justin.
If I could do the heart thing, I would.
Stylacoom. I sure can. Johnny.
There it is.
I'll do it for you, mate. I'll do you one of these as well, just because it's beautiful.
Right, okay. So, what I will say is actually maybe before we do the quiz, we should crack another beer because people might be waiting on that.
Yeah,
and then we'll do the next one. So, a reminder of the drinking order for this evening. We are moving on to Levig Sauvignon Blanche.
Beautiful.
Which is a really interesting beer. I'm quite excited to taste. That lived up to the hype. I'm going to get me some more cans of that. Much more drinkable, much less not extreme. That's far too silly a word. Much less in your face than I thought it was going to be. But here we go. So, a wine-infused beer blanche, a wine-infused wit beer. Essentially, ingredients are water, Sauvignon Blanc wine. I think it was the grapes rather than the wine, or maybe it's wine on the grapes. Not quite sure. But not a wit beer in sort of the true traditional coriander and orange vibes. Just, I guess, a French or Belgian wit strain. Let's give this a little go. Looks the part. Hazy, pale. Frothy white head. Oh, wow. This smells... It's like got a Belgian triple vibe to it rather than a wit beer vibe. So less sort of lemony, yogurty creaminess and more banana-y, brioche.
Definitely getting a banana-y sweetness.
And then it's got that kind of Sauvignon Blanc thing. People get gooseberry, as people know from watching the channel. I see it as green fruit wine gums. Green wine gums.
Green wine gums.
Oh, fresh acidity. Vinous, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've lent into that wine kind of character. It's got a real freshness and zip and acidity to it. I can imagine there's actually probably plenty of wine to that beer. That's not just on the grape must. Wow. Wow. Von winning. That's about right. We are Von winning right now. Okay, let's get on to this quiz, folks. If you've got any questions about the beer, green fruit pastels. That's what I was going for, not fruit wine gums. Thank you, Ian. It's the Arab beer. It makes you cleverer. It's alive aged in Sauvignon Blanc with Nelson Sauvin hops. It's alive aged. Not quite sure what that means, but tell me more, reality. It's alive aged. Could be on your phone or something with a little typo.
Hi, reality. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much indeed. Right, here we go. So this is the quiz. So there are 13 questions, because having struggled to find 12, I then found 2 at once. They are beer-related, pop news-related, and a little bit of guessing thrown in there as well. It will take me 5-6 minutes to ask all the questions. I will then run through the questions quickly again. And after that, because of the risk of people Googling the answer, we will then give the answers quickly. We will close the quiz, and then we will read out the answers and have some fun with that. Please don't Google. Please be fair. It's all in good fun. And some of the answers you might only know because you Google, and then a bit of educating guess. Right.
What's your quiz name, Johnny? What are your quiz names, guys? In the comments, please. Mine are Quizdle Meth, Quiz Akabusi, Quiz in Your Pants, Quiz Christopherson. I'll leave it there. Those are some beer names, some quiz names I may or may not have used in the past.
My
Quiz Team Aguilera. I've also used that. That is an excellent one. I love that one. I've already lost it. That's Lucy. Great. Absolutely brilliant name. There's loads.
Yeah, there's loads coming in. We'll have to dig into them after the quiz, because otherwise we're never going to quiz.
We had a super chat, Johnny.
Oh, my God. Have we ever tried Haley Topper? Yeah, of course we have.
Yes.
Of course we have. We made a whole documentary about the Alchemist Brewery. And actually the video that we did where we compared Pliny and Haley Topper, which at the time, which was 2015, 14, maybe even 13. Yeah. And they were sort of the IPAs that everybody wanted to get hold of. And to some extent are, of course. We compared those two beers. And that was the first big video we ever did, wasn't it? First one to hit about 50,000 views, and showed we could make it, Bradley. And look at us now.
Great hat video, I think that was. I think I had a brown hat on, Johnny.
It's a cowboy hat.
Brimmed hat. And I think I might have had a lumberjack jacket on from memory. That was a big video. It was a big day for us trying that beer. It was amazing.
Big day for us at Mother Kelly's with Sarah Woman.
Yes.
And who used to have a YouTube channel. She was there.
Yes.
Right. Okay, here we go. Let's get into this quiz. So everybody should now have the link. I'm going to post it one more time and give you about 30 seconds to find it while I dig out the quiz questions. Otherwise, we're going to be starting with the annual CBC pub quiz. I should say the prizes are one of whatever you fancy. So you could have a Craft Beer Channel Beer School glass. You could have a Craft Beer Channel Love and Beer glass. You could have a Craft Beer Channel hat. I can model it for you and immediately.
I don't even have one of those, so I mean that's the choice.
Yeah, Brad doesn't even have one. Or obviously a meaning of beer, or a year in beer, or actually the very last copy of Beer School that I own.
Well, you can't give that away. Are you having a laugh?
Well, we need to get some more in because, like I say, it's the only copy we have now.
Okay.
And I think this one's seen better days, if I'm really honest. But didn't Brad do a lovely, lovely fucking job with the design? He really did.
Thank you for the super chat, Jack.
There's other lovely design in here. Anyway.
Happy Christmas to you, Jack.
Merry Christmas, Jack. Thank you very much. Right, quiz time. Okay, quiz. Question number 1. Which brewery uses the most Goldings in the UK? Which brewery uses the most Goldings in the UK? It's not all UK questions, by the way. Fear not. Question 2. What year was brewer's yeast first isolated? What year was brewer's yeast first isolated? The answer's in that book. You're going to be kicking yourself if you haven't bought the book yet. You know if you'd bought the book.
Can I read out question number 3, please?
Hey, go on then, Bradley.
How many chocolate oranges were sold globally in 2022?
You nearly said globally, didn't you?
Globally. They're globulous. It's globular, isn't it? It's a globe in itself. That's why we're not interested in UK. We're interested in the global, because this is like a little planet in there. You can't see it, but it is. Any Americans out there or anyone around the world who doesn't know what that looks like, that is a chocolate orange, which I will get into later.
Sure you will.
Literally a little planet of orange flavored chocolate. It's wonderful.
Question 4. Question 4. In monetary terms, how much Madri was sold in 2023? If you don't know what Madri is, it is a lager branded as if it were Spanish, but it's not. And one of our biggest videos from this year was me calling that out. So how much Madri in monetary terms was sold in 2023? Do you want to read the next one, Bradley?
I can do. I like it. It's a bit of a funny one. What was the name given to the Oompa Loompas at Glasgow's infamous Willie's Chocolate Experience? And they changed the name to avoid litigation. So it's obviously not Oompa Loompas. Yeah.
So we do that one more time. What was the name given to the Oompa Loompas at Glasgow's infamous Willie's Chocolate Experience to avoid litigation? If you don't know what that is, give it a Google.
What you said? Yeah, the lady looking very, I don't know how she's looking at the camera. I don't know what you call.
Yeah,
her look is brilliant. Yeah, it's great.
It's a wonderful story.
I think she made a load of money out of it. Maybe from doing what's that thing where you can get someone to wish you a happy birthday, like Prime Mutton does. Cameo. Yeah, I think she's made a load of money on Cameo.
Did you see? I nearly did a question on this lady. The Hulk Tour girl is like in serious legal trouble.
I thought you said for a second Hulk 2 girl, as in like a girl from Hulk 2. But
no, fans of comics.
Yeah, Hulk Tour. Yeah,
stand for female Hulk. No, yeah, she's launched a cryptocurrency that, as far as I can tell, is deeply illegal.
Oh,
so careful with your moment of fame, folks.
That was my next idea, Johnny. My next money spinning idea. Shit.
Cryptocurrency. You get double your money on beer or something. Could work.
Yeah.
Question 6. Who won the best hazy IPA at the Great American Beer Festival this year? Who won best hazy IPA at the Great American Beer Festival this year?
I'll do the next one, shall I?
Yeah, go for it.
Which beer won Champion Beer of Britain this year, Johnny?
Cool. Question 7, that was.
Question 7, yeah. Sorry, question 7.
All right. Question 8. Washington is the biggest hop growing state in America. But what hop does it grow the most of? Washington is the biggest hop growing state in America, but what hop does it grow the most of? Go on, Brad. Question 9's yours.
You do this one. You do this one.
Okay.
It's divisive. You can do this one.
Which state voted most Trump in this year's car crash / election? Which state voted most Trump in this year's election?
I was in. I won't derail it. I was in San Fran for the election, out drinking in a dive bar that night, and they told us we weren't allowed to watch it on the TV screens. And then loads of people came in, wanted to watch it, and the barman ended up giving us all free shots, and we had a great night getting pissed together, even though it was the end of the world. But yeah. Can
I say I enjoyed this story here? Ian Williams, Brad Coyne. Next comment 1 minute later.
That's true.
Stay with us, Ian. Stay with us. Okay, Brad, you do the next question then. Question 10.
Hang on. Let me try and get... in what year was America's oldest brewery, Yuengling, founded? Or Yuengling?
Yuengling?
Yuengling.
Yuengling?
I never know how to say it. Yuengling.
Yeah, I think it's Yuengling. Yeah.
Yuengling, I think.
Yuengling. Question 11. What flavor chocolate would you find in a green triangle in a box of Quality Street?
Bad flavor. Bad.
Bradley, no clues.
Bad.
I like this flavor.
Okay.
All right, go on. You do 12, Bradders.
This year we crowned a new world's tallest dog. How tall is Kevin? I'm guessing that's not Kevin McAllister from Home Alone. It's Kevin, the tallest dog in the world. Which sounds like
people are saying we skipped question 11.
What? Did we? Oh, sorry. Did we?
No, we didn't. We did it.
No, you just did it.
Did we get our numbers wrong?
The green triangle. No, you said it. Green triangle. That was number 11.
So question 10 is America's oldest brewery. Question 11 is what flavor chocolate do you find in a green triangle of Quality Streets?
Yeah.
Question 12 is how tall is Kevin?
How tall is Kevin?
Oh, have I got them the wrong way around?
No.
Oh, shit.
No, okay.
No, but maybe on the form I do.
Oh.
Wait. I do. Folks, apologies. These are the wrong way round.
I demand a recount, Johnny.
So Kevin is 12.
He's not 12 years old. He's 12.
Green triangle.
Yeah.
Green triangle must be 11.
11. Okay.
I checked this so many times, but I had been drinking Arabia and St. Bernardus.
Back to back, one after the other. I like it.
Okay. I will say, if people get both those answers wrong, and it's a tie break at the end, I will look into that. Right, final question. Question 13. The first ever Groundhog Day was in 1887 near Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. But where exactly?
Okay. It's a good name. Not going to say anymore. I was going to say, it reminds me of trading places. My trading places experience almost doesn't, but
right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to reverse the order of the two questions I got wrong, and then I'm going to read it out one more time for the avoidance of doubt. Right, order the questions in quick fire format. Which brewery uses the most Goldings in the UK? What year was brewer's yeast first isolated? Question 3. How many chocolate oranges were sold globally in 2022? Question 4. In monetary terms, how much Madry was sold in 2023? Question 5. What name was given to the Oompa Loompas at Glasgow's infamous Willie's chocolate experience to avoid litigation? Question 6. Who won Best Hazy IPA at the Great American Beer Festival this year? Question 7. Which beer won Champion Beer of Britain this year? Question 8. Washington is the biggest hop growing state in America, but what hop does it grow the most of? Question 9. Which state voted most Trump in this year's election? Question 10. In what year was America's oldest brewery, Yuengling, founded? Question 11. This year we crowned a new world's tallest dog. How tall is Kevin? 12. What flavored chocolate would you find in a green triangle in a box of Quality Street? Or a tub, I guess we should say.
Oh.
Question 13. The first ever Groundhog Day was in 1887 near Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. But where exactly? Right, folks. I'm going to close the quiz in 10 seconds.
Can we get a bit of music to play us out?
Oh, yeah, we lost the music, didn't we? I'll tell you what, I've got the perfect bit of music. Was that 30 seconds? I don't quite know.
It's about 15 seconds at this point.
Right. 5 seconds to go, folks. 5, 4, 3,
Height.
2, 1. And we are... Oh, they're still coming in. We're closed. We're done. We're done, folks. Anything entered after this moment will not be accepted, I'm afraid. We have 56 entrants. And
they're finding it difficult in the comments.
We have an outright winner. We don't need to go into the tie-break round. Although we are still going to look at the answers of that. Right. Let's go through the answers, folks, shall we? So, which brewery uses the most Goldings in the UK? The answer is Timothy Taylor's.
Timmy.
And you will know that from our Key Cask Alive series, which comes out in February. Literally from one scene in which we add the Goldings to a batch of Timothy Taylor's Landlord. And it's insane.
It is.
Absolutely insane. Bradley, do you want to do the next one?
Yeah, sure can. What was the brewer's? What year was brewer's yeast first isolated? It was 1883. So quite a long time ago. Johnny, I believe you've written a book about such things, and it might be contained within the pages of said book.
It should be a memorable date, one of the most important dates in human history, let alone brewing history.
Yeah.
1883. How many chocolate oranges were sold globally in 2022, Bradley? You ate most of them.
44 million. This is my third one this week. I haven't opened it yet, so I'm not counting it at this point.
Oh, you're saving it for the Omnipollo, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe it will go with that because it could have brought a bit of a citrus note to this winey affair.
Yeah, they would have brought the orange peel.
Sure would.
I think you should give it a go.
Maybe.
In monetary terms, how much Madry was sold in 2023? The answer is £93.3 million of non-Spanish Spanish lager.
That's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot.
Is that how much they pay like the best football player in the world? Soccer player. Do we know?
I mean, more than that.
They do. He does get more than that. Puts things into perspective there a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Probably 10 times that. Sure. Even more than that once you start to put in sponsorships and stuff. Question 5. What name was given to the Oompa Loompas at Glasgow's infamous Willie's Chocolate Experience to avoid litigation? Can I just say I really enjoyed writing the other potential answers to this, but the answer is a Wonkle Doodle. I have to say, I think Darlings. That's pretty clever. Isn't it?
What's that? Darlings?
Darlings.
What, in answer to the question?
Yeah. Did you get it? Do you see what I did there?
I wasn't quite listening because I was getting absolutely bombarded by this combo.
Okay, fair enough. I'll tell you after the show. Who won Best Hazy IPA, at the Great American Beer Festival this year? That was Ambitious Ales in California. I believe in LA, California, maybe. Which beer won Champion Beer of Britain this year? It was Crouch Vale Amarillo, which I've never had.
Well, do you know what, Johnny? I've been there several times because that is my partner Kirsty's hometown, Southwood and Ferrers, and they're the local brewery there. So I've been there, and I've definitely had a beer that had Amarillo in. I don't know whether it was that particular beer. It was maybe a couple of years ago, so I don't know how long they've been doing it. But I had an Amarillo beer. It's very good.
I mean, Crouch Vale make fantastic beer, so it's not a huge surprise. Just a surprise because Amarillo is quite a weird hop. It's pretty changeable. Question 8. Washington is the biggest hop growing state in America, but what hop does it grow the most of? It's CTZ, folks.
Ooh.
Now, I will say there might be a pedant saying that CTZ is not strictly a hop because it is three hops that are like so closely related that they are essentially deemed the same. But that is the variety, and that's what it's sold as. When you get CTZ, you don't know whether you're getting. Oh my god, the the booze has got to me. Tomahawk, Zeus. What's the C? Somebody in the comments will know. God, what's happening to my brain today? Must be half into Christmas. Which state voted most Trump in this year's car crash election? Bradley.
I was just reading the comments, Johnny, because we're getting a little bit of consternation there about that not strictly being a hop. So does that question make any sort of difference on the whole outcome? No. So
not as far as I'm aware, but also it is a hop. I mean,
it's a bunch of hops, though. I get his point.
Agronomically, it is. In terms of what you buy, it is.
Yeah.
Columbus, Mickey Harmon.
Number 9.
Sorry, no, not Columbus. The answer to question number 9 is Wyoming.
Wyoming.
They voted 72.3% in favor of Trump. But no, the CTZ is a hop variety as far as anybody is concerned, except for possibly the farmer. But even the farmer, I mean, the farmer will know, but they'll still struggle. In what year was America's oldest brewery, Yuengling, founded? 1849.
Which is earlier than when brewer's yeast was isolated.
Yeah. Interesting fact here from Paul. Oklahoma has had no counties voting Harris. So even though they didn't vote the most Trump, I guess that was the most in terms of college votes or whatever, however that works out. Is bonkers. This year we crowned the new world. I've wrestled with this question because this year we crowned the new world's tallest dog, which meant the world's tallest dog died. I didn't want to put that. It's a bit of a downer. But Kevin's now the world's tallest dog, and this is on all fours. He's 96 centimeters tall.
That's pretty tall.
Nearly a meter tall.
That's nearly as tall as me and you, Johnny.
No, just over half of us.
Well, you like to think we're not actually very tall. We are over a meter tall.
Yes,
but we're not tallsies, are we?
No, but we're still like 80 centimeters taller than that.
Yeah, but if he was standing on if he was like leaping at us, he's probably taller than us, maybe.
Oh, he would be. Yeah. If he's on his hind legs, he's way taller. I've seen a photo. It's bonkers.
Like a horse. What is it? A Great Dane or something? Or an Irish Wolfhound?
I think it's a Great Dane. Yeah. I think like the top 10 are all Great Danes, and then there's a couple of Irish Wolfhounds start filtering into the mix.
Yeah, I had a neighbour as a kid growing up that had Irish Wolfhounds, and they're beautiful creatures.
I believe the longest dog is an Irish Wolfhound.
Really?
So like, his legs aren't as long as Kevin's, but his body is super long. So when he's up,
that's like the tail and everything.
Yeah.
Tail, as someone said in the comments.
Yeah, I think that is an Irish Wolfhound rather than a
like that. That's a good stat.
Question 12. What flavor chocolate would you find in a green triangle in a box of Quality Streets? That's the hazelnut cream, my friends.
Actually, okay, hazelnut cream is not that bad.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was the one that had the I think it's the purple one that's just got like a nut in it. Isn't it?
Oh, right. Yeah, no. Yeah, the purple
was
the bouncy.
The last drink we're on at the moment, that is what we're drinking. The Lervig. Yeah.
Right, final question. In the first ever Groundhog Day was 1887 near Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. But where exactly? It was Gobbler's Knob.
Gobbler's Knob.
Gobbler's Knob.
That does sound like a pub name, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? So the answer that most people got wrong. So the hardest question was indeed question 8. Everybody went either Citra or Cascade, basically.
Yeah.
The second hardest was question 6. So that's who won Hazy IPA. And then after that one, the height of the dog. Everybody thought it'd be 126, maybe because they were thinking
120. So hang on, we have multiple. Oh yeah, sorry, of course.
Yeah. They were thinking it was vertically.
Yeah.
Which is why I put it in there, because it's a bit of a tricksy question.
It is,
but that's obviously not the full height, the height of the dog. So we have a winner, and I'm just going to work out how to find that winner. I think I have to I have to link it into Sheets, create a new spreadsheet. Yes, please. Now they're linking me to the spreadsheet. And now I'm going to sort by score. And the winner is... The person has a really strong team name as well. So the winner is Felice Nipadad.
Oh, that is a beautiful name. What a great name.
With a pretty good score of 9 out of 13.
That's good. Very
so yeah, Merry Christmas to Felice Nipadad. I have your email. I will drop you an email on Monday or Tuesday.
If you're in the comments here, can you tell us who you are as well? Just so everyone else knows who you are, who won. What's your YouTube name?
Yeah, do drop us a line. I'm gonna have. Should we have a quick look through the team names before we move on?
Yeah, please.
What have we got? We've got Quiz Cross. We've got Where Did Johnny Get His Jumper? I think that was next. I wouldn't really boast about that one. What else have we got? Somebody's gone for Jamie Lee Curtis's tits, which is a callback, but I'm not sure I'm happy about it.
I'm glad I didn't say that on the podcast anyway. Just on this live.
We've got multiple people whose names have been Die Hard Isn't a Christmas Movie or variants on that. Field Marshal Fuggle. The Mustard Monsters Christmas Carol.
Oh, I saw someone put that up on the comments. That was good. That was nice.
Do you know what? I think the person that won the quiz also won the best quiz name. And Quiz Team Aguilera actually is very strong as well there. So I think justice was done until we hear from Jamie Lee Curtis's lawyers or we just get cancelled.
Johnny.
Oh, wait. Yeah, somebody's calling that into question. I've just seen that. Have I ticked the wrong thing?
What? No, we've had a thing about Youngling.
Yeah, that's what I just saw. I'm just like, have I? Oh my god!
It's easily done, guys. We're basically
it is Yingling. I'm just going to verify because you could be right. Because let's be honest, I did rush this. 1829. So why have I put 49 as the correct answer in my Google form? Right. Let's just check. If this changes anything, I will honor it if anybody changes. Right. So no, it changes nothing. Our winner still wins by 2 points. Humble apologies to everybody and indeed to Yingling.
Shit, we're in trouble, Johnny.
Yeah, we are. They're going to come for us. Do Ofcom regulate YouTubers?
Hell no.
Sure.
Nope.
1829, but no, that doesn't change the result. In fact, all of the top, where are we? The top 4 people. So the people that got 9, 8, 7, and 6 out of 13 all put 49. In fact, nobody got it right until we get to... Oh, no, it's still 6 out of 13. But no, you'd only have 7 out of 13. And Nick would have 8. But then Edmund would also have 7. Quiz cross, sorry. So everything's fine except for the fact that I'm wrong. I don't think there's a better time for Brad and I to take a quick intermission, after which we will be coming back with our next beer and indeed rounds of Drink Jonny Dry, in which you, the viewers, will get to choose what I'm about to drink from my Christmas stash. So we'll be back in about a minute's time. Please bear with. And we're back, folks. Ooh, costume changes for everybody.
Look, I'm the Christmas cowboy, Johnny. Ho, ho, ho down.
Were you working on that while having a week?
It literally just came to me then. I don't actually think of anything. I just thought I want to put one of my hats on. This is my latest, my $20 Stetson that I got in Alameda Flea Market out in San Fran. Very nice.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful hat.
Look at that. It's good, isn't it? Right, I'm too warm, so I'm taking it off.
Oh, I was about to go full screen on that bad boy.
Oh, well, let's do it. We can have that. Don't look at it too closely because it's pretty old and tattered.
Oh, that's me. Nobody wants me.
Look at that. Right, just a simple, elegant. This is called a cattleman's crease, I believe. As seen on the open road as well, which is a very famous hat that was worn by lots of US presidents with a cattleman's crease inside. But this is not an open road. I do have an open road. It doesn't fit on my head. So if anyone wants to buy a Stetson open road off of me, lightly soiled, could probably come to a great deal. My head's too big, Johnny. It's got too much volume, like an egg. Goes up, so you know the other one is not tall enough, not deep enough to accommodate my noggin. Unfortunately,
you know, I didn't want to say it, but it is a very tall hat. But that was a conscious decision.
Hiding the egg.
What was that? Point Brewing, wasn't it? That had the egg heads on the labels.
Did it?
Maybe that's what you're going for. Anybody remember Point? Are they still going? I don't know.
I don't know.
There's something to remember from tonight's show. Indeed,
lightly soiled.
Howdy, Brad. Little callback to our first ever First ever podcast. There we go. Right. Okay. Let's dig into the next beer, which I've forgotten what it's going to be. It's going to be the Eine Winterbock.
What's your OnlyFans again? It's called Only Cans, and it's just pictures of my hairy ass. Oh, it is. Thankfully not. That'd be awful.
I was like, the Only Cans is a solid pun, and then you fell off a cliff. Right, okay, let's get into the Urbock. Have a little chat, and then we will dig into Drink Jonny Dry. So,
Johnny, sorry, I've totally missed it with
Urbock, the one that you nearly opened as the first.
Yeah. Okay.
Or not Urbock, Winterbock.
Getting my Barbie pink crew out, you know?
You're not selling it. I don't know why you're being so. Okay, so what I want to get some audience interaction while we drink this beer before I dig into the absolute nonsense that's coming my way. I would love to know. I'd love to know what your beers of the year have been. So this could be your favorite tasting beer, or it could also be like your favorite beery moment. Because Brad and I, once we've got keep Cask Alive out of the way, and we'll probably be done with that by the end of March. We're going to be looking for things to do. There's things that we want to do, always over hard poured, I think.
I've it's gone off the scale, Johnny.
He's extreme poured.
Put it on camera. It's shocking.
He's ashamed. Come on, own up. If you can't be honest at Christmas. Oh, look at it. What a mess.
Do you know what? It really shows off.
Does show off the glassware.
Glassware, right? That was my intention. I wanted you all to be able to see this. That's the message. Love and beer. This glassware is available. T-shirts are available. Hats are available. Bottle openers are available if you're a big hitter on the Patreon. Yeah, it's all available, Johnny. Only Cans. Brad at onlycans.cock in the Cook Islands. It's based in the Cook Islands. That's a Nathan Barley reference, if anyone's old enough to know. Nathan Barley's website was .cock, trashbat.cock, based in the Cook Islands. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
You didn't watch Nathan Barley, Johnny?
Not for a long time.
Okay.
Couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Here's an important comment. Move over splitting the G. It's now about splitting beer and love.
Yeah, that's a good point. I could probably get in between the love.
Well, no, it started below.
It did start below. I meant with the foam.
Oh, okay, with the foam, right.
I
okay.
failed on that as well. But you know what? The foam is the same colour as my $20 Stetson. Look at that. That's like a perfect colour match. Won't focus. That's very nice, isn't it?
This beer is so good. Fuck.
A delicious
Very
beer.
special. Like when I smelled it, I was a little bit worried because it's very
I'm angry, Johnny.
umami, and I was a bit like, ooh. Oh, why are you
I'm
angry?
serious because I don't have a pork pie, and now I've discovered I like pork pies. I want a pork pie with this.
I think one of these snacks is going to work with it. Maybe the chocolate. Maybe the chocolate. Bring out some sweetness. No, not quite. I'm going to try the Bombay. People were asking for matches for the celebration. So, Brad, you were thinking mince pie.
Yeah.
I go with these. Oh, goodness me. Because they're a bit sweet and oily. I think that the celebration cut through those really, really nicely.
Cock my fummel. It's a classic. Cock my fummel. Yeah. I like when Dan Ashcroft joins in with the game of cock muff bumhole at the end of one of the episodes. He doesn't realise he's an idiot with everyone else. It's fantastic.
Right, let's dig in some of these beers of the year. 1 second. Where's the first answer? Some people are pretty quick off the mark.
I'm loving the jazz, Johnny. The jazzy music is really
YouTube
good.
Audio Library never lets you down.
Pretty great.
Luminor for me, an IPA from Track and Verdant for Track's 10th birthday. I bet that was delicious. Another vote for Track. Vienna Lager from Track. Their lagers have come on leaps and fucking bounds. That was going to be my choice. That beer was fucking amazing. Like, off the charts, unreal, most complex but drinkable, frothy, full-bodied, just, it was just, incredible beer. Incredible beer. And I hope they brew it again. But I doubt they will, because the process that went into it was just unreal. Ian, Brewer of the Year, everywhere in Orange County, California.
The OC, eh?
I've seen you talking about it in the forum, but yeah, never heard of them until you were talking about them. So we'll see if maybe we can get hold of some. Saison de Maison from Balance, delicious beer, great. If you love wild ale, great little house beer. I didn't drink any St. Mars in the Desert this year, which is a real mistake because they're wonderful, and I can totally believe that you could have your beer of the year drinking that for sure.
I like this name, Johnny.
I remember that coming out and being like, yeah, strong.
It's a great name, that. I mean, I think we've all sniffed the wrong people sometimes. Not when you meant to sniff them, but you just sort of had a whiff. A whiff rather than a sniff.
I feel like a sniff is a purposeful act, isn't it?
It is a little bit more, yeah, it's more pervy, isn't it? Sniffing.
So,
Whiff is like,
I don't know what's got into you
like,
today, Bradley.
asking for it. A sniff is you're definitely going in for a smell.
Yeah, you want to know more.
You want to know more, you're intrigued. Yeah.
There's no good way of...
That is a good, isn't it? Tasty beer, that.
I've just realised, Bradley, I was about to say, there's no easy or social way of eating Bombay mix. But there is now.
You just drink it.
Oh my God.
It's like, that's the problem with these, is like dipping, isn't it? When you put your hands in a bowl, they're not
You have
very...
to like... Or... But
like nuts at a bar. Never eat nuts at the bar. Or the Bombay mix, I don't think. It's, people don't wash their hands when they go for a wee-wee, Johnny.
Shocking. There's seems to be some great beers coming out. Didn't have that one, Fruited Sour by Phantom, but Phantom have made some great beers this year.
Out Phantom. Still haven't got down there to do one of their tie-dye masterclasses that I believe they do. Love to do that, being a tie-dye enthusiast myself.
I hope we'll make a film at Phantom and at Utopian. They're absolutely top of my list for next year for one-off documentaries. Lerwick Off the Rack 2020 Maple Bourbon. I mean, the Off the Rack stuff is stellar. And I can believe that was great. I don't think I had that one. Or was that the one we had at Love and Beer last year? I don't think it was Maple. Yes, Spencer Arms. Yes, it is. There you go. That's what it's all about. The right beer at the right time with the right people.
I like that. I like the sentiment of that. There's not enough in the comments of who you've consumed these best beers with. It was a date night one, which I spotted. I didn't put on the screen.
Oh, I think I missed that one.
Yeah, I thought that was nice too. I can't see it, Johnny. We've got so many inundated with comments here.
Canned snacks, I'm all on board now.
Canned snacks are good, right?
If there was any doubt that this was a gimmick, fully on board. Trickier with the bigger snacks, but with the Bombay mix. Incredible innovation.
This is interesting, Johnny. Because my third hat for the evening was this. And I was going to say my beer of the year probably board shorts.
Ah,
Our beer collab that we did with Baron this year for Love and Beer.
I genuinely, I mean, people may disagree in the comments. I genuinely think it was a world-class IPA. I mean, he puts out lots of world-class IPAs. I really don't think that we should underestimate Baron, but I thought it was brilliant. It was the fresh strata. In my opinion, it was the elevated sulfates and the elevated bitterness, and maybe how fresh we got to drink it. It was just unreal.
Johnny, is this going on? Are you doing this and I didn't notice it?
No. I'm drinking the snacks.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Everybody sit down.
That's good.
Yeah, apparently they get that answer quite a bit, or did get that answer quite a bit on Moon Underwater. So
Johnny, there you go. There's a chance to plug your book. The other book. One of the other books.
Just all the books. Just buy the books.
Author. Yeah, buy the books.
I pitched my next book this week, actually.
Damn.
So we'll see. We'll see if they bite. But I'm trying to reel them in. So maybe there'll be another one coming. Glad you enjoyed it, Rob.
Rob, that's very nice.
No, I trust your palate. I'm glad you liked it. I thought it was great.
There's a code, isn't there, if you want some snacks in a can, Johnny?
Yeah. And you've got time for Christmas. I think you've got to order them by the end of Monday. But if you want 10% off, I've got a discount code somewhere. Here it is. Desi Vibes.
We're not getting a kickback, are we? That's just because we genuinely... They're like is it a one-man band that's making these, pretty much?
I think it might be a two-man band.
Yeah, small business. Yeah. So shout out Curry Smugglers. I think that's a great name as well. Fantastic name. Monkey Tennis, that's Alan Partridge, isn't it? That's not Nathan Barley. I probably missed the chat where they're talking about.
Yeah, maybe Alan, we're behind.
That's when Alan goes in to pitch some ideas to BBC, and he's like, "Monkey tennis? You're a mentalist." Do you remember when he meets the mentalist? He's in his house and he pulls his shirt up and he's got like a tattoo of Alan's face on his chest. That's a good one. Pretty good.
There's some big beers being thrown out there, a la Gash Resurgam. I'm a bit scared. Oh, goodness me. Only 30 minutes late for Drink Jonny Dry. Oh, shit. Yeah, we are. Right. Let's do a Drink Jonny Dry in 1 second. I just want to say, I'm not sure about this idea because once you open it, you can't reseal it in any way. But hey, still cool. Sorry, I have to show that. Right. Let's do a Drink Jonny Dry. Okay. So if you're not aware of this concept, it is a concept I've been thinking about for a long while. I have about 400 beers in my beer stash, many of which are probably already beyond their best, but some of them might be needles in a haystack. So the idea is that we'll do some special shows next year, but also any live shows that we do will feed this segment in where you folk at home get to choose what I'm about to drink from my beer stash via a vote on a Google form. And this live show, we're going to do all Christmas beers. I've got a selection just to my right here that I've just taken out of the fridge that is outside. And you folks are going to get to choose what I'm about to drink next. I'm about to finish this glass. So that is when I will drink this beer. So I'm going to put a link again in the descriptions. Hold on, Bradley. In the comments right now. I want you to go to that form. There's only one question to answer. You don't have to give any other details. Just answer the question as to which of these beers you would like me to drink. Hey! And I will crack open that beer and give it a go. And if it's delicious, I'll keep drinking it. If it's not, it will go straight down the drain. But this is the way of me getting through the stash for a reason. I have a sneaking suspicion as to what is going to win this first vote. We have 2 responses in already. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes while I finish this. Brad,
I bought these because I wanted to eat them. When are we getting involved in the celebrations?
Well, as we said in while we were setting up, it's like if there's a great match, go for it. Have you got a match?
Well, I think this beer we're drinking could possibly go over Twix or a Malteser.
I'd try Twix first.
The biscuity notes might really sing. Now I've got to find one. Oh, you've got one straight away.
Chocolate. Nah, too dry. Beer's too dry.
I'm quite into it.
Oh, are you?
No, actually, it's a bit, bring that bitterness somehow. More bitter. Too bitter.
It needed more sweetness. I think it's the Malteser. Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there?
These are very
subpar.
In the world of Maltesers, Johnny, I don't call this a Malteser. The bits are not big enough. Very minimal malty effect on these.
True, not enough malt extract.
Yeah.
Oh, it's even sweeter, so that's not going to work.
Nah.
No. Too dry. Too dry to work with any sweets. That's a shame.
This is a valid question here, Johnny.
Yep.
Could have done this. I think you got to throw in a Russian roulette style, like this. Shoot Johnny in the head.
Is my homebrew not that Russian roulette?
That's true. Maybe
that's what it's there for.
Oh man, nobody. Your homebrew is excellent.
I'm not sure whether this one will be. When did we do the mince pie double?
Oh,
2021.
Yeah, that's a while back.
Or 2020. I brewed it in my old flat in London. So it must have been Christmas. It must have been lockdown year. So yeah, old. Right, I'm gonna finish the voting in 1 minute. You got 1 more minute. I will also pair whatever you give me with one of the snacks. We'll go all in. Yeah. I'm not looking. I'm fairly certain. I know what's coming my way. There's one of two options. One is heaven and one is hell.
The Milky Way worked best with.
Is it? That's the sweetest of the lot, isn't it?
Somehow it works better than the other two. I'm not saying it's made in heaven, but it's not bad.
I need to try the mince pie with the Erbach at some point as well.
Yeah.
Stop saying Erbach, Winterbock.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's do this. Oh, this has come up. Right. Let's dig into the answers. Okay. Yeah, it is as suspected. We have 27 votes. 27 votes for the mince pie double. We have 17 votes for the Stille Nacht, 18 votes for the Goose Island Bourbon County, a couple of votes for the rest, but really it was between those three and the homebrew has won out. So should we give this a crack? So here we go. This is what, tell you what, let's go. Oh no. Actually, wait, we've got a visual setup for this. Nope. That one. So this is the bottle as it sits in my stash. It's clearly seen some water.
What was the label on it? What was it originally?
No, that would have been the cardboard that once contained it.
Yeah.
It never had a label on it. The only way that I know that this is a double is because it is vaguely in the section in which I get my home brews, and also it has the Malt Miller cap on. I should say massive shout out to Malt Miller, who are truly incredible people, a truly incredible company, responsible for many of the best things that we have done, including, festivals, home brews, advice that we've had for many different things, many introductions that they've made for us, just some of the most important people in our lives. So thank you very much, Reiki, Jim, Rob. I'm a bit nervous about this, to be honest. I'm a bit worried it's going to fire everywhere.
It is your living room, isn't it? Why don't you go off camera and open it in your sink.
Oh no, but that lacks the drama. Tell
It
you what,
lacks the drama,
Tell you
but
what.
also, you know.
We'll celebrate good times. It's going in here if it does. Sorry, also Joe at Malt Miller, humble apologies. You made Love and Beer what it was. So yeah, Joe, Reiki, Jim, Rob. This is for you if it goes right. Okay.
That's fine.
That was fine. I can see some yeasty trub. So I'm going to try and pour on the side that has less yeasty trub. Okay, here we go, folks. Whoa. Looks pretty good. Not going to lie. Happy with that. Nice.
Good head on it.
I mean, that, you know, if I poured a Westmalle double and it looked like that, I'd be delighted. Looks great. But wow, darker than the Westmalle double. Black as the night. Off color head. Can move the celebrations now. Right, let's see. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Folks, there's Britannomyces there.
Oh, dear.
There is Brett there. So we have a very minor infection of Britannomyces in that homebrew. I would imagine from the bottling stage. Torpedo it. But you know what? It smells fucking good. Like, there's Brett there. It smells slightly barnyard funky, but it also has some of the things I'd expect from a Belgian double. So there's raisin and there's some banana. That's starting to, I think, be eaten up by the Brett. Yeah, definite Brett character. Yes, it would. Would have tasted of corn.
Who's Little Brett?
Little Brett never hurt anybody. If you'd given me that and said this is like a vatted porter, a Belgian wild ale, I'd have been like, that's a very good beer. Because it's really interesting because you get, like, it smells a bit like, so you get, you know, mince pie filling, like kind of orange rindy, sweet, like that slightly acidic feel that you get from a mince pie, with a bit of scrumpy cider. It's delicious. It's really good. It's not what it's supposed to be, but it's good. And so if you remember the original recipe and the original flavors that I got, it was just a little bit too roasty, a little bit too dry. And that now works, basically. The Orval vibe, which somebody just brought up, that works. It's a good beer. It's just not my intention. It means that I need to look again at my bottling processes, I'd imagine, to make sure that doesn't... I mean, I don't generally... Well, so what did we do? 2 years ago, we did our pastry stouts, and they had no Brett. I don't know how long. So it's an extra 2 years. It's not a bad beer, folks. It's really not a bad beer. It just shouldn't taste of Brett. But if I find any other bottles of that, I'm going to show that off to people because it's pretty exciting. Yes. So the original aroma, Spencer Arms, was that kind of slightly smoky. It's not Band-Aidy. It's not as strong as that particular fennel, but it's savory kind of note along with that funk.
People are demanding the metric tonics, Johnny.
I don't think I've got any cans of that.
I'm not sure I have either.
I don't think that's in the. I don't think that's in the stash. I'd have to double check, but I don't think it is. I mean, I say this constantly. I'd love to do homebrews of metric tonics and improve on it. I'd love to do the Emperor's beer we just did. I really want to do board shorts as a homebrew recipe. These are all things I love to do, but homebrew recipes take a lot of effort because I don't just sort of brew it, put the video live, move on. The lager episode that we're working on, Chet Lager, which is my favorite style of beer, I'm on batch 7 or 8 of that now while I'm trying to perfect it, right? So that's what goes into these homebrew episodes. So I wouldn't just be like, done. So these things take time and I haven't done enough homebrew. And maybe I'm being too conservative about it and I should just be like, no, that people will have a success with that if they brew it. But I want to get it right.
What crisp would go with this, Johnny?
With this one, meat
crisps.
Roast beef, Brannigan's roast beef. Does that still exist?
I mean, that sounds well northern. I don't know about it still exists. I'm not sure I've ever had Brannigan.
You never had Brannigan's?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, that Monster Munch roast beef.
Yeah, I like them.
Was it Sizzling Steak, the McCoys?
There's like Sussex Crisp Co. or something that do like a beef and horseradish that's actually got like proper beef in it, and they taste amazing.
Right.
Sussex Crisp Co. I think they're called.
Well, I mean,
top.
I think that would probably work too.
Monster Munch
grilled steak, thank you. Or Monster Munch steak, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to dump this beer, not because it's not delicious, but because we have. How many more beers do we have to get through? 2.
We don't have to drink them all. And
I want
to
talk about them all with people.
We have got to talk about them all. That's true.
Here we go. Rob knows. Brannigan's roast beef and mustard, incredible crisps.
They were quite mustardy, weren't they? I think I do remember them. Now Rob has said roast beef and mustard. It does ring a bell. They were hot, weren't they? They were quite like a mustard, like English mustard heat to them. I seem to remember. I like this. See, we haven't even asked for it, but CBC ideas for 2025 Island road trip and Cologne.
This is not an island road trip to Cologne. Like, whoop, way.
2 ideas, but every year I say to Johnny, can we go to Ireland for a road trip, please?
Well, so on the Patreon forum, we had a chat about this because we talk too much about Guinness and we're aware. And initially we were like, would there be an interesting story in like the story of Guinness? The story of Guinness has been told many times. And maybe there's a better story in telling the story of Irish craft beer in the shadow of Guinness. So you wouldn't necessarily have to slag off Guinness, although there would be definite criticisms of the way that they've conducted themselves, I think, as a sales force in Ireland. But telling the story of how do you, as a brewery scene, a craft brewery scene in a small country, stand out from something that is so loved, so linked to national identity, so powerful externally as well. You know, every time you say, I'm sure everybody that runs a brewery in Ireland, when they go abroad and they say, hey, I'm an Irish craft brewery, they go, oh, like, do you brew a nitro stout? Like, I think there'll be a really interesting story in sort of like Ireland, not just Guinness, which is a bit reductive, but that would be the starting point, and you'd tell better stories. So that's something I'd love to look at. And it wouldn't even just be craft nitro stouts. It would just be, how do you tell people about the incredible stuff that's happening in IPAs and lagers and wild ales in a country where it's just known for one style of beer? I would love to do that documentary. I think it'd be amazing.
All right.
Somebody's saying Netflix are doing a documentary. Yeah, very much on the Guinness family, which I'm very excited for. If they nail it, could be very fun because there's a lot of drama there. Although there's more drama in the warring families of Bavarian brewing, which I've been thinking about doing a kind of... my first novel would be that. It would be murder and intrigue in Bavarian brewing industries. a bit kind of Game of Thrones, but brewers. And I am joking, by the way, in case that wasn't clear. Do you want to do that super chat and we'll grab the next beer?
Yes. Thanks for another great year of content, guys. Can't wait for Keep Cask Alive 2. Merry Christmas. Hope it's a good one. Thanks, Edmund. That's very, very kind of you. Merry Christmas to you. Do we say Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas over here, Johnny? Because I think I say Merry Christmas, but I had it pointed out to me today that's an American thing. And people in the UK say Happy Christmas, apparently. I mean,
I'm off the back of being abused by 2.1 million people for saying train station instead of railway station.
Yeah,
this whole anti-Americanism thing is fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, all of American language is from English. We have forced our language on endless people. Why can we not go, do you know what? I like the sound of Happy Christmas. Let's go with that.
I'm with you, Andrew. Happy Christmas always sounded weird to me. Sounds weird to me too. Merry. It's a season to be merry, isn't it? Not happy.
Well, I think we are Merry Christmas because it's a double thing.
I've actually had Kinniger beers before because
me too. Yeah,
my friend Tommy sent me a whole case of them because they're from Donegal, where he's from, and they were very good. Very good,
folks. We're on to the. I'm aware that we're supposed to end in 2 minutes, give or take the 15 to 20 that we always allow for these things. So let's get the next beer open. We're going to talk about the Weihenstephaner Vitus, which is their sort of long lagered, strong Hefeweizen, which I'm very, very excited to try. As people who watch the channel will know, I always forget how much I love Hefeweizen, and this is probably going to be no exception. We'll oh, yes. Already into this. Come on. So, oh my goodness. There's a lot going on there to unpick in a second. Irish beer bus could happen. You folks just want Brad to drink drive. That's where this is going.
None of us are driving it. It's not working, Johnny. Why isn't it working anymore?
Why is it called the Brad bus if you're not driving?
Because I'm the master of ceremonies. I'm not a master of ceremonies. I'll probably just be chatting to a few people.
Right. Okay.
It was the Brad bus from day one, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
It just sounds good. It's got a nice bit of alliteration there.
Right. Okay. Oh, just had a super chat. Sorry, give me 1 second, then we will get to that super chat. I have lost all track of where we're supposed to be. So Drink Jonny Dry was 45 minutes ago. I was supposed to do 3 beers. I did 1. The Q&A was supposed to start 15 minutes ago. Should we do the Q&A?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Right, let's do the super chat. And then essentially, folks, we're going to drink this beer. We're going to talk about it. Then we're going to drink the final beer and we're going to talk about it. And then we'll have to close tonight. I haven't got to drink many of my beers to get myself dry because it's been a hectic one. But please do let us any questions you want about our favorite Christmas beers, our favorite moments from this year. I'd love to hear your favorite videos from this year. While you're at it, if you don't have a question, tell us that. Because we're looking at, we're covered for the first quarter of next year, but we don't know what we're going to be doing afterwards strictly. But yeah, ask us any questions you want to. And we'll drink through these last 2 beers and we'll finish within half an hour. What are you getting from this beer?
You're asking me? What beer is it? Sorry, I thought we're still drinking your drink dry.
No, we're done on the drink dries. Now we're on to the Vitus.
Oh, mate, I haven't even cracked that. Should we do this super chat while we're...
Okay, right. Paul, Planet Beer TV. Do go check out their channel if you haven't already. They are making some lovely little documentaries, much like ours, as well as some sort of sofa session-y styley stuff. In particular, their crash courses in hop varieties, which I've been enjoying. So yeah, top lads, thanks for your support and great content this year. Have a drink on us. Thank you very much, friends. Really appreciate it. And I hope the channel goes from strength to strength for you guys. And we'll get to do a video collaboration at some point next year. We managed a podcast one, but no more. And that's on us, completely on us. I do apologize. We'd love to do some more stuff with you, but life keeps getting in the way. And indeed keep cask alive, which we're very proud of, and is looking beautiful and will be a big thing, and is sort of completely derailed the last 6 months because to sort of fill you in on what happened, really, Asahi, he said that they couldn't afford to fund the whole thing like they did the first series, so we went out to lots of people and said, hey, anybody interested in getting involved in this project? And so many people came back to us saying yes, that we were like, right, well, we should get everybody involved and make something really ambitious and exciting and, cover as many breweries as we could, which we couldn't really do for something that was funded by one brewery. And that has just meant that, there have been so many stories to tell. And we have, honestly, each video is almost the most ambitious thing we've ever done, let alone the series as a whole. So yeah, I mean, there's our harvest episode. We're in a pub explaining the harvest episode. We go to the barley harvest. We then go to the malting plant. We then go to the hop harvest. We then follow that back to a brewery doing a green hop, after which we go to the hop festival and explain everything that we've seen. So there's 7 moving parts. It's going to be incredible once I've worked out how to package that into less than 30 minutes, but that's what we're working on, beyond what a TV company would do, because they wouldn't dig that deep. They'd be like, this is silly, we can't do it, but we're gonna fucking do it, Bradley, and we're gonna get cask scale UNESCO recognition if it kills us.
I mean, if we achieve this, Johnny, that's pretty good. I could probably put that on the gravestone. Got something UNESCO ratified, certified, intangibly.
Well, it won't just be us.
I'll just put Brad the Intangible on my gravestone.
That sounds strong, doesn't it? Brad the Intangible.
Brad the Intangible.
Yeah. I'd be impressed by that guy.
On that note, thank you for the super chat, Carlo. Hi, Marinello. Great name. Well, you get one of these, buddy. Thank you so much, Carlo.
Just the easiest money we've ever earned, Bradley, that.
2 of those. You get 2 of those.
Are there any you haven't used yet?
4 of those. And you get 1 of those. And these are the only ones I've figured out thus far.
What happens if you do that?
These. That doesn't do anything.
What about that one?
Oh, you're right. Probably. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yes. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty good.
That's for Arthur Christmas from you.
Thank you.
We've had another super chat. Thanks so much, Carlo. Yeah, Brad, what have you got?
So I opened them all in a full sink about a month ago, because I've got a big, tall, orange stand-up Smeg fridge, and about 3 of the 4 shelves in it were just full of old beer that didn't get drunk. So there was some pours happening in the sink, unfortunately. So yeah, I've got too much other stuff. I've kept a lot of our beer collabs, I believe. I've got them boxed up, but just storage-wise, impractical. And my partner was not chuffed about her half a shelf that she had to put loads of vegetables and stuff on. She's pretty healthy compared to me. So
did you tell her that the fridge was invented for beer, not food, Bradley?
You know what? I probably should have done that. And do you know what? We should probably make a fridge magnet, Johnny, that says the fridge was invented for beer, not food.
Patreon reward next Christmas. Right there.
Shit. We should write that down. That is probably it, right?
Write that down. We spoiled it for everybody at home, but write that down. Right. Were there any other super chats? I think that's all of them. Were there any questions? Did I find any? What would you classify Vitus as a beer style wise? I mean, it's a Hefeweizen. If you were a British brewery making this, you would have called it an Imperial Hefeweizen. because Imperial was originally what we used to call the strongest. Well, so it relates to the Imperial Court of Russia, where we were sending big, strong, dark beers, which they were loving. Imperial, though, became a marketing term, much like IPA has, to say that this is the strongest beer we brew in this style. So you'd have had Imperial Stout, you'd have had Imperial IPA, you'd have had Imperial Mild, you'd have had all of these Imperial suffixes, I guess. So this, I guess you'd call this an Imperial Hefeweizen. Although it might not be the strongest that Weihenstephaner make, I'm not quite sure. But it's, do you know, I don't actually love it that much. It's a bit too overripe banana for me, and it's verging into. It's got a slight savoury. God,
it's clove, isn't it? It's like a clovey, like a
yeah. Maybe it's just too much clove. Yeah,
it's like a proper Christmas ham sort of flavour.
However.
Oh, you're going the Milky Way, are you?
Try this with the Vitus.
Milky Way. Your way or the Milky Way? I'm getting a terrible sugar headache right now. Not a good one. I might not actually consume it. I've eaten, just as a fact check, I've eaten half of it. Well, we've just been.
You're an absolute animal.
I've got a real problem.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad I'm not a drug addict, because I think I'd probably be dead. Because I can't control myself when it comes to sugar. I've got a real sweet tooth, Johnny. Is
it sugar specifically, or is it?
It's chocolate.
Orange.
It's chocolate. I've got a chocolate.
It's chocolate.
Thing. It makes me, yeah. I eat my feelings big time with the chocolate there. It just makes me feel good. It does release endorphins.
Chocolate
and stuff.
does, yeah.
But that's, dark chocolate is supposed to do more of it. But if you eat enough chocolate oranges, chocolate eggs, chocolate oranges, you get that rush, baby.
The fact you're euphemizing, you're calling it a chocolate egg to try and make it sound like it's legitimate food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly don't love that, I'm afraid, Weihenstephaner.
Is that
not brilliant?
I've heard that crack is very Moorish. That's not Nathan Barley, that is from something.
That it's not a drain pour, but it's going back in the bottle, because we've got another massive beer to drink, and I know that it's the beer that you put aside to go with your chocolate orange, and yet you've nearly finished your chocolate orange. So I say that we crack our final beer of the night.
That's Peep Show. I've just remembered what that is. Crack is very Moorish. That's Super Hands, isn't it?
Should we try and break down what we think this label is about? Because I can't make head nor tail of a beer called First Class with a wall in the shape of a penguin? Don't know.
Well, it's sort of like a half. It's like a half arrow, half pyramid, right?
Yeah.
First Class.
But this, so this beer is described as a coconut cinnamon smash cake imperial stout that has been aged, doesn't say on the bottle, but in Buffalo Trace barrels for 22 months.
Bloody hell.
22 months. Most of my daughter's life, this beer has been in barrel.
That is syrupy.
Yes. Well, you'd expect no less, would you?
Medicine.
I've poured it to the taster line. Some head is trying to escape, but it's not going to happen. It's in its syrupy tomb, all carbonation. Oh, you got a loving beer glass. That was a good idea.
Yeah. Wow.
So it smells like boozy bounties. Very boozy bounties.
What's smash
Smells
cake,
hot.
by the way? Do we know what
I don't really know what smash cake is. Anybody in the comments want to enlighten us? I'll just give it a quick Google. What is smash cake? Smash cake is essentially a small layer cake that's made specifically for a baby's first birthday.
Huh. That's
Typically,
weird.
babies just smash their hands into the cake, lick frosting off it, pound it, smoosh it, make a big, joyful, crumbly mess.
Kids party cake, Rich Harper. That sounds about
Right.
right. So it's like a very juvenile, over the top.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah, I mean, it smells like you've got yourself a bounty and you've just poured some whiskey on it. It's not a complicated smell. And for those, you can get complicated aromas from Homebrew beers. This is not one of them.
I'm not a big coconut guy, but that's pretty good.
Barrely.
Very barrely. Yeah, more barrely than coconutty, which I'm into. I'm a little bit lost for words, Johnny. It's pokey, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
14%. That's got to be the strongest beer we've had on a live show. It has to be.
I'm not certain. Possibly we did the Omnipoyo video and there was stronger stuff.
On a live? Oh, maybe.
Yeah, we did a live show with Omnipoyo where someone might have been more silly.
Yeah,
it's tricky. Oh my god. It's there's lots of comments coming in, and I will dig into them in a second. I'd love to know your thoughts. So I mean, there's so much booze on this. So much like splinters of oak. There's coconut and vanilla, not from the coconut, but from the actual barrel and from the whiskey. There is a very mild burn, a very mild kind of what I often talk about, which is with aged beers, which is like, I think it's oxidation plus oak plus booze, and it ends up being a bit tequila-esque. It's hot. It's a hot beer.
Is it like it's like a smoky burnt coconut?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
which I think are two separate things. I think there's coconut and then there's the smoky burnt thing that I think is coming from the toasted barrel.
Yeah. So for me, it's like a coconut that's been made less offensive because someone's tried to kill it with fire. Like in The Thing or something. They've like flamethrower the shit out of a coconut. And they've poured a load of booze on it as well to make sure it really goes up. It's like fiery coconut. It's good.
It's one of those beers where that is an incredible amount of fun, and you know my head is swimming with things I'd like to pair it with memories I wish I'd had before I drank it. Like it feels like the end of a night. For me, balance wise, it's missing that mid palate. It's like it's got all of that boozy nonsense and it's got all of that sweetness and silliness. But what it's slightly lacking is something in between that just joins that up. Because what I'm getting is like lactosey sweetness and coconut lamington kind of vibes. And I'm getting booze and I'm not getting moreish, rich, caramel malt depth, which is rare from an Omnipoyo beer. Generally, it's quite beautifully lined up. And I feel like this needed blending back with a stainless aged beer that had the character that would join up those two things. It's like it's
probably the best coconut beer I've ever had, Johnny, because it's like dialed back a bit by the fire.
There's some coconut.
It's less pokey. It's less like pointed coconut.
Yeah.
Not they're round, but it's like a coconut hits you on the head. Whereas this is like a coconut is sidling up next to you at the cowboy campfire.
Just so right, so we're digging to the comments now. Just this one. Firstly, there would be no head retention in a beer at 14% that spent all that time in barrel plus has the oil from the coconut.
That was a
there
super
would be
glass.
no head generation, let alone retention. Also, that's a fresh glass.
I
mean, it smells and tastes delicious. The issue is that it's lacking a little bit of depth. And just to be very clear, glassware matters hugely. Cleanliness of glassware matters hugely. But when you've had 5 beers before this, it is the least important thing you could think about. So we just need to be careful not to be too snobby about what we drink and how we drink it, because when you're having a lot of fun, the best thing is to plow on. But yeah, Brad's in a fresh glass, and I don't know. I've talked over you a bit too much, Bradley. Where would you rate this beer in the Omnipoyo canon?
In the Omnipoyo ranks, a bit lower, I would say, than normal, maybe. But for me, as someone who doesn't enjoy coconuts,
that's
coconutter, I'm like, this is a more tolerable amount of coconut. And that is probably like you said, the barrel, what the barrel's imparted to it, I think, which is like a lot of what's going on, is what I'm enjoying in it. But I can, it's not as like ridiculous as some of their other offerings, which are, when I say ridiculous, I mean amazing. So
yeah, I
make of that what you will. But I'm into it. I wish I understood what Carl has done with this. It looks cool as always, but I don't understand what first class is referenced to either. Do you? We haven't decided, have we? We don't know what.
No, I can't. I mean, he likes people to not entirely know.
Yeah,
but he said in our documentary with them, he said that the name doesn't always line up with the concept he's come up with.
Right.
And I can't quite work out where. First class, it makes me think of stamps in the UK, obviously, of things being excellent. Doesn't link with like coconut, cinnamon, kids' cakes, imperial stout. I can't figure that one out. I cannot.
We've had a super chat, Johnny, from friend of the channel.
Yes. Sorry, yeah.
Mr. Rougelot. You absolute legend. Before things get too silly, Merry Xmas. Thanks for another great year of laughs, education, and book promotion. It has been a heavy year of book promotion, which I'm fully on board with. If Johnny's selling lots of books, I'm a happy man. We get to keep doing this. Because, we are a small... I hope you feel the love. We may be a small community, but we love you both. And we all love each other. It's wonderful. We are a small community. And you are obviously propping us up in being able to keep sort of doing what we're doing. But Johnny is also an author, and he's funding his mortgage and stuff from doing that as well, because this is hard to sort of graft a living out of. So we do massively appreciate everything all you guys do, just to sort of say that. And I hope that that is kind of understood, and we don't kind of look past anything that's comes our way, or we're very much happy to have everyone on board the good ship, selling books and doing what we're doing. I'm drunk, Johnny, and I've got a massive sugar rush to my head. But I hope that sentiment came across.
Everything you said was right. I mean, you can look at our accounts on Company's House. We don't make a lot of money doing what we do here. This is all about, for me, it's about funding or promoting the books and the other work that I do. And for Brad, it's about, being the other side of what he does with his graphic design. So any help we get here is amazing. And either we're terrible business people or it's hard to make money in our niche. Because if you look at people on YouTube saying, oh, you do this and this and this to make money, once you've hit 100,000 subscribers, you'll be away. You're like, that's not been the case for us. And that's because we've been exactly, yeah. We've been very
my thumbs weren't even down, but there you go.
Just did it. The most obvious people to take money from would have been the big brewers, and we've been discerning in who we've taken money from them. And a lot of advertisers won't advertise on alcohol, which means that our CPMs, RPMs are not where most channels are. So Patreon's hugely important to us. So we really appreciate all of you putting any amount from 2 to 50 quid in. Everything, really makes a difference and lets us do what we do. So yeah, thank you. And to everybody that's bought a book. I was at my local bookshop yesterday signing some more copies for them to send out. They've sold nearly 200 copies, which, for me is huge, but also for them, it's £17 a book. It's not quite game changing, but it is huge for them as well. So, it's not just, when you support us, you're not just supporting us and breweries and pubs, you're supporting independent bookshops, to a very real extent. So we hope that it sort of bleeds through as well. So yeah, thank you very much indeed, Mr. Rougelot and everybody else who loves what we do and supports it and watches it and watches the adverts as well, because that obviously helps too. I brought up that comment about cinnamon fire. There's also a bit of that as well, which we found in the Christmas video too. Cinnamon builds.
Oh, dude.
I think that's part of the heat too.
I'm not even going to try a bit of chocolate orange with this because that was a risky combo last time I had a beer with cinnamon in it. Craziness.
Absolutely bonkers. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we're going to finish in about 5 minutes time, folks. I can't thank you enough for being with us this year. Like we say, January might be a bit scattergun, but February we're going to kick on with Keep Cask Alive. It's coming out. We've got 6 episodes that will hopefully, we really hope, be absolutely killer. And we're putting our heart and soul into this, and we'll continue to for the next 2 or 3 months to get it out there. And after that, we're a little bit, I don't really know what the content looks like in that schedule. We haven't even thought that far. It's all about getting to that final episode in which we hopefully get the UK get the UK to recognise cask ale as intangible heritage, and then we'll work on UNESCO. Yeah, we're looking forward to the predictions as well. It's been the toughest year because it's so chaotic out there. Let's dig into these questions for the last 5 minutes. Nick, yes, you do have a thriving craft beer industry in NZ. Do you have any plans to visit? Garage Project would be, pretty much number 1 on my hit list of breweries I'd like to visit and interview.
Does anyone know the New Zealand Tourist Board or Peter Jackson, that someone rich enough who's from New Zealand to get us out there?
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? So we make, if you average it out over the year, we make about $50 per video. So we need to find £4,000 or £5,000 to make any NZ content. That's the reality of it. And so this year we've done that through Keep Cask Alive, and we've managed to fund everything else through that. We'd love to come out to New Zealand and find the reason all the finances. So yeah, we have no plans, but if we could make one plan. In fact, when we started the channel, we talked about this before. We saw success being us getting to New Zealand to the hop harvest because we already loved NZ hops back then.
We're still seeing that as success.
Yeah, literally are. Yeah, 11 years. Well, 12 years since we started thinking about the channel. 12 years on. Any sugar daddy? Wait, sorry, I moved one. Any sugar daddy?
For me, with my sugar consumption, and I'm not a daddy. No, we haven't got anyone propping us up, sadly.
I missed one there. Yeah, great point from Ian. If the breweries can't make money, how can you expect to make money writing about them? This is the thing that's going. So I'm chair of the British Guild of Beer Writers. So I run the guild that supports supports writers in the beer industry, trains writers in the beer industry, runs the annual events and the annual awards. And money is impossible to find. Breweries don't have it to support it. Writers don't have it. We've lost multiple former award-winning writers, former beer writers of the year, the best person at writing about beer in the UK that year have given up writing about beer because there's no money in it. So it's a real crisis for independent, interesting writing and broadcasting in beer at the moment because of everything that's going on. It's not the brewery's fault. So yeah, it's tough times, and we are the lucky ones, me and Brad, because we make enough money to make it worthwhile. And we love what we do still, and we're still one of the few people doing what we do. So we're not, in pure writing. If you're trying to write articles for The Guardian, for Men, Good Beer Hunting died this year. That's gone. That's one of the main sources of revenue for most beer writers. It's really, really rough out there if you just do words. So we're lucky to be in video where there is a website that will at least pay you. We get about 500 quid a month in advertising revenue from YouTube. And we're the lucky ones with that. It's kind of mad.
You do words and I do hats. And that's good because they're both sort of visual medium, aren't they? You speak the words so people can see. And I wear the hats. Yeah.
You do other things, Brad.
I do other things. Not many, though. Oh, sorry. Shit. You've done a super chat. Go back to Jen's. Sorry.
Oh, God.
We've had some from a while back that I was about
to shit. No. Do the previous ones.
You could do Ko-Fi for donations between streams. I'm guessing I don't understand what that is.
Coffee.
A coffee. What's that?
It's like Patreon, but it's one-off.
Yes. The Matt Curtis thing, he did that, didn't he, for a while, I know.
A lot of writers do, yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. That's very nice.
Yeah, thanks, Max. Thanks, honestly, we're not begging for money. We're just
I hope we didn't come across that we're begging. We're just sort of, bringing stuff into contrast a little bit, I guess.
Yep. Sorry, Jen, thank you for the wonderful year of beautiful videos, podcasts, books, and live streams. We appreciate you and the community you created. That's the other thing, if we decided we couldn't make any money from Craft Beer Channel and it became a hobby, we keep that Patreon going because Patreon forum going because that is a magical little place.
Yeah.
And thank you to everybody in that makes it so good. And Gallum, fantastic 2024. Looking forward to more of the same and more in 2025. And obviously, Love and Beer 3, Waltham Snowdrift.
I like it. Bit of Fast and the Furious.
Little reference.
Tokyo Drift action. Is that the third one? I don't think I've ever seen Tokyo Drift. Seemed a bit whack to me. Is it good?
I don't think I've seen any of them.
You haven't seen any of them?
I don't think so.
Pretty all right. I think it's the highest grossing movie franchise in history, potentially. Although
you sound like a man who would know.
When I watched a thing about Peter Jackson and Harvey Weinstein and Miramax and everything last night, which was like a deep dive into the financing of the Lord of the Rings trilogy and how Weinstein wanted him to make it as one film. And then, it got shopped around by everyone. Weinstein, Miramax finally picked it up and whatever, wanted him to do it. But they were super controlling and tried to fuck it up. Anyway, it cost, what was it? I can't even remember. He filmed all three films consecutively and they cost something like 270 million to film all three. And then they made 3 billion in the box office combined, which is absolutely bonkers. And then The Hobbit made even more. It cost 700 million to make the trilogy, but they did even better, even though they're shitter than Lord of the Rings trilogy. But that's nearly 6. Yeah, it was 6 billion they generated in box office revenue, that was why I made an appeal to Peter Jackson. He's also one of the filmmakers I absolutely respect to the highest level because I love when he used to do gonzo DIY films, filming himself, making music, everything with a little camcorder, brain dead, bad taste all these films from like the 90s that I grew up with on VHS tape, and then he went on to like amazing superstardom. I think that's an incredible trajectory that anyone would want to aspire to. Don't know why I've gone off. Why did I go off on that? No idea.
Because he's going to fund the craft beer channel, I think. Is the
Yeah,
thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Also, people have said I look like Peter Jackson before, which I think that was when I had less grey hair and maybe a bit fatter, or maybe less fatter. I don't know, but I don't really think I look like him. Anyway,
we'll drop him an email.
Frighteners. Someone said Frighteners. That's a good movie. I like Frighteners. It's good. One of the last MJ Fox movies, probably. And I thought it was great. I mean, the special effects in it are awesome. Anyway,
well, I'm going to watch it. Maybe after this.
Oh, it's fantastic. You're in for a treat, mate. Brilliant movie.
Finish my first class. Yeah, long story short, the thing we're about to release is hopefully the best thing we've done in a long, long time. It's funded the last year and hopefully fund next year as well. We hope to make a genuine difference to you folks, and from the comments we're getting, it looks like we have, and that brings me more joy than I can say. But yeah, we're not going to stop anytime soon, and we will continue to fight and continue to try and help beer writers and breweries get against the headwinds that are going on. This has all been like quite negative. It's been a really brilliant year for the Craft Beer Channel. You know, we've released some stuff that we're very proud of. We've got through a year that was incredibly tough for us personally and for the industry as a whole. And we have something that we're incredibly proud of coming at you in about 90 days. So thank you very much for being part of that. Hopefully there's going to be more live shows next year. I say that every year, but hopefully there will be, because these are an absolute joy to host as well. And that is about it, really. All that we can finish up by saying is I hope you have a really wonderful Christmas, that you reach out to those that need help, and you have a great time with those that are with you. And we'll be back with our predictions for what's going to be big in 2025, as if anybody could possibly know at this point at the start of January. Bradley, anything else to say?
Ale Davis, my fellow countryman, has summed it up real nice. I love that. Long live CBC for many years to come. Thank you, Aled. Oh.
Alrighty, folks. We're going to say good night to you. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you very much for the votes and for the quiz. And please, Feliz Nipadad, get in touch and we'll get you whatever merchandise it is you require out to you. Otherwise, we'll see you in January. Love and beer to all of you. Brad doffs his cap and I take off my glasses to you. Love and beer. See you next year.